how would you be feeling if you're a Wales fan at the moment? Or is that just a ruthless South African team on top of their game?
Yes. Some idiot said that Scotland were going to beat them in the first game. And loads of people coming at me about it. Look, I'm a Scotland supporter, right? And I want to put loads of pressure on South Africa. So I'm happy that people are barking and going ballistic about it. And then I watched them against Wales at the weekend and thought, oh, shit. Goodness me.
I was actually chatting about it in the pool this morning, Jim, with kids are in the pool, and I'm like, some bloke comes up to me, starts talking to me. I was like, Jim reckons Scotland are going to beat South Africa as well. And he's like, what does he know? What does he know? I said, well, he knows a lot, but...
Well, I have convinced a lot of people. I've convinced so many people in Scotland that I'm with you. I reckon Scotland can do it. And you know what? It will be a massive shock if they do. But I'm doing it for the right reasons, right? I'm not doing it as an expert. Because when you break it down, they're the world champions. When you look at what they've got, and if you look at that game, even a snapshot, and look, South Africa were in third gear, the power, the size, and look, just to talk about a few, RG Snyman is like a god version of me. He's like the best version of me. Basically, he's my height, but he's an unbelievable athlete. He's a warrior. He's got a Mohican. He's like a Norwegian, South African fucking Viking. You've got Peter Steph du Toit. You've got Sia Khaleesi, who I thought was limping into the World Cup. He was ridiculously good. And look, people don't talk about Sia Khaleesi in that vein. They're just like, oh, he's captain, motivation, leader. You watch him off the ball, you watch his work rate, his offload to Malcolm Marx for their try in the corner. My goodness me. And they've got a 20-year-old winger. We mentioned Caden Moody on the right wing, Cheslin Colby on the left wing, and I've said that Duan's the best winger in the world. So there's a lot of things happening here, lads, when we unpick it. But South Africa, power, structure, forget the set piece. That'll come into its own. But they have added a layer of offloading, which I weren't expecting. Like the way that they're playing out of the tackle, Libok as well, the crossfield kicks. I thought they looked brilliant. Wales normally do all right against South Africa, especially in the physical contest. But the worrying thing was, Peter Steph du Toit's try, round the corner, and he's ran over 3 players.
How are you?
Ridiculous. So, in answer to your question, Andy Rowe, was it Wales or South Africa? South Africa are the world champions, and that's how they kind of played. But Wales, a lot of changes for them as well, and they probably overperformed, albeit maybe didn't overperform against a rubbish England side.
Hey, steady on.
We ain't
that good. We're not that good.
Your negativity.
Yeah, and it just goes to show, it was a Wales second/third team, probably. There was a few changes, late changes. Dan Biggar pulls out. I'm like, clever. You've seen that South Africa team. How are you? I wouldn't be keen for that either. Definitely back spasms for me. But, listen, South Africa are a beast of a team, aren't they? Whatever team they pick. I looked at the team that's starting against the All Blacks this weekend as well. I saw the headline, Ninaba makes massive changes, and then I look at the team, I'm like, yeah, he makes massive changes, and there's massive blokes coming in as well. Ebenezer he's playing. The side is, and the squad is phenomenal. I said it a few weeks ago. The hardest squad to pick was probably the South African squad because of the depth of talent. Wales have, they've played well for 2 games against England. Should have beaten us both times. And it shows really how far England and Wales are off if they haven't got their first choice team playing against the world champions. So South Africa look great. Goal kicking, still going to be a question mark around Marnie Libok at 10 in a tighter game. But I saw some comments, someone said, yeah, we don't need goal kickers because we'll just go and score 5 tries here or there. And they have got the ability to do that. But you get to a World Cup semi-final, quarter-final, final, whatever level. And by the way, obviously South Africa, if they do get to a quarter-final of the World Cup, are playing France or New Zealand, you're going to need a goal kicker to slot his goals, and he'll get there. Yeah. Andre Pollard fully fit again. I still think there's a bit of a story around someone's going to drop out, and Andre Pollard's going to come into the squad over the next couple of weeks if there is an injury or someone just gets booted out of the squad for one reason or another. And the Springboks are going to be a powerhouse, aren't they? That's what they are. That's what they've done, and that's what they do, especially at World Cups.
Here's some stats for you on my Rugby Pass stat page again. Post-contact meters 317, line breaks 12 against Wales's 5. That I thought they looked very good in attack. Jesse Creel, what about him at 13? You have got Shredsville, and then you have got maybe one of the leanest humans playing rugby. The muscles and the definition and the lid, Andrew, just to get that bit in there as well before you say it, is lid. And everyone's on about the Kanyam not being in and who's going to fill that void. My goodness me, he looked brilliant. Out the cold for a bit. Out the cold. He's back.
Who do you play in the back three for the Springboks? God, they got some talent.
They have. Arensa on one wing's unbelievable. Obviously, Kane and Moody, he's now playing 13, but he's ridiculous. You've got Cheslin Colby.
How good was Colby? How good was he at the weekend?
Yeah,
Cheat code.
ridiculous. Unbelievable. You got Ma Pimpy. He's there. Obviously, Villy Leroux at fullback. Willemse can play fullback as well. I think he's starting at 15 this weekend. The talent, the list is phenomenal. And it
Pick 3 for Scotland.
Well, three South Africans for Scotland.
As in who will start?
Yeah, I think he'll go Cheslin Colby if he's fit, no problem. I think he'll go Villy Leroux at fullback and see how Arensa goes this weekend on the wing. Him or Caden Moody. I think he's starting this weekend as well. Mapimpi is, but I think he's dropped a little bit down the pecking order. Or unless he goes Mapimpi for experience. Mapimpi!
Pod.
Rugby Pod.